Hey guys, today I am sharing with you a flip through of my 5-year Hobonichi. So the original plan was I was just going to literally do a voiceover of the flip through and it'd be that simple. And then I actually had this idea in my brain for a long time that I had just hadn't bit the bullet on. Ended up doing that, got really excited about it because I was really happy with the results. And so I had filmed a shorter video just showing that process. And I realized that the video would just make more sense to include here on the main flip through, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I just didn't want to waste the footage, and I had already kind of done everything with all the stuff that I had made. So yeah, I am going to be inserting it here, and you're gonna kind of watch that shorter video overlaid as I flip through the book, and then I will finish out the voiceover with the remaining time, just kind of talking about different options and just different information about the book itself. So hopefully that is useful. Bear with me with the kind of unusual format, and if you don't like it, totally understand. But at least for this one, I didn't want to waste the footage since I already made all the changes to the book. So here we go. So I have this 5-year Hobonichi, and I have had it since 2022. As you can see, just by the couple of pages I'm showing you here, I have not been the best about keeping it up. But I started doing something very recently. It's an idea that I've had for a long time, and I tested it out, and then I just haven't put it kind of back on the front lines until now. But I love the idea, right, of having a one line a day. I just think, or like one paragraph a day where you're just summarizing your life kind of in the overarching. I just feel like that's an incredible keepsake. And so this idea is something that I've always held on to, even though on the surface, like if you're just looking at this book, it looks like I did a terrible job. But what I did to kind of take care of that problem was I ended up finding apps that basically do the same thing, right? So the biggest one that I used when I had a Apple phone was or iPhone, geez, was I would use the one called Daygram, just because I liked the very minimalistic aesthetic. And then I switched over to a different one that I don't even remember the name of right now when I switched phones, because I still in my head call it Daygram, but that's not what it's called. But basically, having a one line a day app can kind of do the same as the like 5-year. But then I was like, you know what? I really miss having the physical. I don't want this to go to waste. I want this to genuinely be a good keepsake. So what I've decided to do was to take matte sticker paper. It's like transparent matte sticker paper. And to print out what I had written in those apps. So almost all of those apps have a feature where you can export your journal, and it's just like a general text file. And then I just used Photoshop, but obviously you could use Canva or like whatever you have access to print it out in a format that fits whatever journal you're using, and then cut from there. So it kind of seems, I'm sure to some people, excessive, but having the physical copy is something that's just super important to me. And so this was kind of my workaround of still getting the benefit of the convenience of digital and the fact that I have a lot less excuses when I have digital, but also at the end having a physical copy. And so that's how I accomplish that. For you who know Hobonichi products, the paper is super, super thin, and it's absolutely stunning, but like those books will get insanely fat if you try to use just kind of regular sticker paper or like photo paper or anything like that. This particular paper is perfect for that book. It is super thin. It's like washi tape thin, and the semi-transparent. It just looks very beautiful. So I just wanted to share that tip with you, and hopefully you'll find that useful. I do have somewhere in here where I already started doing it. So let's see if I can show you so you can see an already applied example. It's genuinely that thin, so I actually do have to like go in and find it because it doesn't like necessarily stick out. So this is a picture that I used that paper with, so you can kind of see there what it looks like to print out pictures using that sticker paper. But yes, I highly recommend, here it is. I highly recommend it if you're somebody like me who does want kind of the best of both worlds, right? The physical copies of the memories, but also to take advantage of the convenience of tech, because life's busy and it's hard to always find that time to sit down in front of your journals. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, so now that you have seen the progress that I was able to make with that, I just wanted to share like how exciting it is, and I did cut up all those and insert them, so you're not going to see them in this immediate flip through. What my thought process was on that was I will just do an update when I have it all updated, if that makes sense, because I was able to get about like a month and a half or so's worth in there, which obviously I have a lot more than that. So I was gonna kind of do all the heavy lifting and then make another video for you to see it. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you because I have had many questions in the past about that paper, so I wanted to kind of give you a real world example of it and show you what it's like to have it in the book. Lastly, I just wanted to spend the rest of these few minutes just kind of talking about options with these books. Now, obviously, you can see that I have not been the best at keeping up with them. Granted, there's a lot that's going to be inserted there that's going to kind of beef it up in a bit. But some of the ideas that I had to help with that is not always put the pressure to write the same stuff in there. So if that works for some people, that's great. I know I just personally am not one of those people. So, you can put daily summaries. Those are obviously important, but you can also just put where you're at with your mental health and with where you are internally. I did that for a while, and that was actually really useful. This is an excellent spot to be putting gratitude, right? Like, gratitude is never a waste. You can even have scripture that you wrote down here. You can use this as a commonplace book. I mean, just the options are endless. I mean, you can use this as a sort of scrapbook. Now, obviously, you have to be comfortable with, the binding getting really taxed and that kind of whole aspect of it, because the book is very fat when there's absolutely nothing in it or nothing written in it. So that's just something to be cautious of. But if you were comfortable with it kind of expanding to that extent, then by all means, like put anything in there, right? You can also put like historical events. That's something that I didn't consider until recently, but the world is changing very quickly and so many things have happened. Just from like a historical standpoint, even in the couple of years that I've owned this book. So I have started to backdate some of those things, but I am at the very beginning of that process. But that is something too. I think too, it's very easy to get wrapped up in kind of the negative news and like the negative things that are going on in the world. So I definitely just encourage you to maybe consider including the positive things. And then obviously goals and stuff like that. So hopefully that was helpful, and thank you for watching.